So think of the key leadership characteristics: courage, integrity, respect, right? Fidelity to principle. I mean, there's a laundry list. And then multiple mentors. What do you think are some of those key characteristics?
So when I think about leadership now, and it's funny because my thinking on leadership has evolved quite a lot, particularly with the writing of this latest book, because I used to think that you became a great leader. You had certain values, and then you developed certain traits or behaviors that allowed you to be a great leader. You learned to communicate well, you cared about people, you were personally courageous, all of these things. And therefore, if Keith Krach is all of these things, has the right values and those behaviors, wherever you go, you will just sort of emanate leadership, and the brightness of your leadership will influence and make things and people better. And now I don't believe that. Now I believe that leadership is much more complicated, complex than that. In fact, that leadership is an interaction between the leader and the followers, and then a whole bunch of contextual factors, which means that the leadership that might allow one person to walk into a certain situation, act a certain way, and be effective, can be completely incorrect and unsuccessful in another situation with a different group of followers or as time evolves. And so I think that leaders have got to first understand that they are leading in context. They are leading in a moment with certain followers, with certain needs and whatnot. And so if their mission is not to be a great leader, but to help the organization, then their leadership, how they interact, needs to be humble enough to constantly shift with the needs of the moment.
Boy, I tell you, I couldn't agree with you more. And just to kind of like simplify your point, a lot of young guys will say, well, what's a better leadership style? A consensus-oriented leader? Or, more autocratic leader? And I always say both. It depends on the situation and the nuance and that range